Hey guys, Sean here. So, if you've been following my videos, you probably understand that I am very optimistic about the future, and I am very, very confident on the timeline that we are currently on, the one that you're hearing me speak now, the one that you're existing in now. This timeline, this version of reality, we are on the right track. World peace is inevitable, and we just got to go through some bullshit first to get there. Now, um, I was thinking about a time in the past where I noticed a shift. Now, we're not talking about a holy crap, slap in the face Mandela effect shift. I woke up and the whole freaking map looks different, or the Berenstain Bears are now the Berenstain Bears. What the fuck? This is more of a subtle shift, all right? Now, this would have been back when there was this push for the American military to continue to have conquests to take over other countries. After Libya and Iraq, Iran was like not really a realistic option at the time, but Syria was. And we're getting, and there was these staged bullshit fake news stories about the leaders in Syria using chemical warfare, blah, blah, blah. Please don't listen to what the news says. It is so much garbage, toxic, brainwashing bullshit. Yeah, the weather and the sports, probably okay. Local news, probably okay. National news and world news, so bunch of bullshit. Stop paying attention to the goddamn news. Sorry, I digress. So, yes, so Syria, there was this, let's go and fight them. We gotta use our military to force out the government. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into politics, just like I don't try not to get too deep into religion. But yeah, so I remember when they were thinking about going into Syria to fight on the ground, not some bombing campaigns, but actually sending soldiers on the ground. And town after town, city after city had these peaceful protests. No war in Syria. No, no, no. There was pressure. The American people put pressure. Holy shit. Amazing. The American people put pressure on the powers that be to like stand down and not actually fight the war in fucking Syria. Jesus Christ, it actually seemed to work. So I remember that as a shift. For me, I'm watching it from like my point of view, and I'm just kind of I'm observing from a distance, thinking, "Here we go again." Now I'm putting out this good energy, this love, this light inside. I'm sending peace out. So I'm trying to do my part. I meet people and I try to help them find happiness, and I pay it forward. I just be myself. But I'm just watching the like back then, watching the news sometimes, and I'm like, oh boy. And then there was people gathering together in parks, city parks, having these small rallies and some bigger. No war in Syria. No, no more war. No, we don't want to send the ground troops in. Leave them alone. Leave the people of Syria alone. And then on the news it showed that we weren't going to go and fight. We weren't going to go and fight. That was a shift. Now, we're always changing timelines. That's how physical reality works. You actually can't actually move until you move, physically move by changing timelines. Everything's from a human perspective of physical reality. There's a infinite amount of frozen picture frames of reality. Universes, and they're all frozen. Your consciousness moves into a whole bunch of different ones, like a motion picture effect. And it seems like movement and time passing. But anyway, but a timeline shift. It seemed to really be a time. Now, when it was happening, it was just like, whoa, that's relieving. I was relieved, like, oh, thank God, and not another freaking war. But I'm looking back on it now, and that was a shift. Like that was a slight or a small paradigm shift from like a more negative timeline to a more positive timeline. Definitely, we didn't go to war with Syria. Now there's other timelines where we did. There's other timelines where there's a police planet. There's other timelines where World War III almost destroyed the human race and we have to start over again, like the Great Flood, except now you got radiation everywhere instead of water. Damn. But yes, so I remember that being a turning point, a small turning point. There's lots of turning points, but that was one of them. When the Americans had peaceful protests and put pressure on the government not to send ground troops into Syria. All right, guys.